Misty May Trainer's 2008 was quite possibly the most dominant season in the history of the sport. 12 for 14 tournaments won on the AVP Tour, 4 for 4 internationally, including the duo's second consecutive gold medal.
She's a winner. Whatever she is a winner, and that's her mentality at all times.
The offseason, however, proved to be quite challenging. Misty's disastrous appearance on Dancing with the Stars left the world's best defender with a serious Achilles injury. In combination with her partner Carrie's pregnancy, created a swirl of rumor and innuendo that suggested that the sport's best team may never play together again.
A relatively dramatic turn of events after a shaky offseason for Carrie Walsh and Misty May Trainer. Well, Misty is back, and she is playing for gold since her fateful appearance on Dancing with the Stars. This is the AVP Crocs Tour World Challenge. Team USA versus Team Brazil. In the gold medal match, it's Carrie Walsh and Misty May versus Juliana Silva and Larissa from Brazil. A very special format here in Glendale, Arizona. It started Friday and Saturday, 36 matches worth 48 points. There was 32 round-robin matches in round 1. Each win was worth 1 point. Today, this morning, we played the bronze medal matches worth 3 points. Brazil won on the men. USA took it home on the women. Both gold matches are worth 5 points. The first country to 25 points wins the Team Challenge title. Right now, as it stands, USA leading 21-17, which means just one win in one of our gold medal matches, and USA will take home the title. Welcome, everybody. I'm Chris McGee. Time to bring in my partner, former gold medalist in 2000, Dane Blanton. Dane, as a player, why is this format so special?
Well, this is everything. We've never had this type of format on the AVP. Country versus country. And if you can't get up for this, you can't get up for anything. It's USA versus Brazil. Every single match counts. A lot of players haven't had international experience on the American side, so this is big.
Let's talk about a team that you're very familiar with, the Brazilians, Juliana and Larissa. They are dangerous. What makes them so tough?
They're awesome. They began their partnership in 2004, and they've won 4 tour titles ever since. This year, a record-breaking season, 8 wins. That hasn't been done on the men or women's side, but none of that matters. The #1 nemesis and their roadblock has been Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh. So Juliana and Larissa are hungry.
Okay, well, let's be honest. Misty May Trainer has not played since the Manhattan Open, September 20th, 2008. You've watched this team all weekend long. How do they look?
Well, they don't look 100%, that is for sure, because Misty May just found out she was going to be in this event just 2 weeks ago. She's been rehabbing, trying to get ready to go. She might not be 100% physical, but mentally she's right there. You know, anyone can do it over time physically, but can you do it mentally? Misty May can.
Well, it's time to bring in the third member of our broadcast team, St. John Smith.
I'm here with Mike Dodd, the team captain for USA, one of the best players of all time in this sport. Now, Mike, did you have a chance to prepare these guys and get them ready for the Brazilians?
Not so much practice-wise, but video. We had a lot of players that hadn't played so much on the FIVB Tour. They wanted video of the Brazilians, so I got that to them.
Okay, now, is this really a special event for our teams and for the world, really?
Absolutely. I think this event is just one of those things that just had to happen. Hats off to the AVP. They brought everybody here together. And I think in the future, this type of country versus country competition, Ryder Cup situation is going to be huge.
Okay, well, good luck out there.
Thank you, St. John and Mike. Our Bud Light tournament recap. Kessie and Ross take the bronze at 4-1. Davis Johnson Jordan in 4th. Brandy Young's in 5th. Talita and Tonelli 1 in 4 and 6th. And then so on the Brazilians. So the Americans on the women's side really dominated it.
Yeah, everything kind of business as usual, and everyone wanted to see this. Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh in the final, reunited, and it feels so good.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, coming back after a year off, the Achilles tear on Dancing with the Stars. She was at Hermosa Beach, watched the entire tournament, then played in the Shack Versus with Carrie. And then, hey, they got the bid to come here. Carrie called her 2 weeks ago and said, let's do this. And Misty said, hey, I'll give it 2 weeks. And here they are, 4-0 and playing for gold. Misty May Trainer, 32 years old out of Long Beach State. She goes to jump float, deep jump float to Larissa. Larissa's a righty. Flies and hammers, a great setter, 1-0. Last night, these two teams played 21-14, 21-18. Carrie and Misty absolutely dominated them, but you know the Brazilians are going to be ready to go here. Larissa Franca, 5'9", 27 years old, resides in Fortaleza, Brazil, has 31 gold medals on the World Tour, known as the FIVB Tour. Walsh from Stanford, thrown down by Juliana. Walsh plays it up.
And Misty's got to go. Good start by the Brazilians, 2-0.
Misty May trying to go over on one. She talked about her perception being a bit off from the time off, and there you see it, just going long over on one. She'd usually put that right in the back of the court.
They serve Walsh. Scooped up by Larissa. Great dig by Juliana, who pulled and now puts it away. No, we play it. May Trainer, what a rally. Dave, a different Brazilian team than we saw last night.
A completely different team. They're ready to go. And last night, maybe they didn't put it on full throttle because they knew they may get this rematch in the finals. A long rally back and forth. Misty May using that court sense to lay it out. And she's one of the best in the business at putting the ball away. But the U.S. has to watch out for those long rallies because Misty hasn't played that much, and it is extremely hot out here today.
I thought Juliana put that ball away because I thought it went off the block. Great job by those guys, Misty and Carey, I mean, by keeping to play and get that rally to keep going. Carey Walsh, 6'3", 31 years old, from Stanford. 103 titles, two-time MVP on the AVP Tour. Walsh with a block. It's covered by Larissa. And then put away. 3-1.
What makes this team so strong, Juliana and Larissa, is their ball control. They keep the ball in action, laying it out, covering. Covering is so important because instead of having a stuff block, you cover, you win the point, and you get the momentum back on your side.
Juliana Silva, our new server, 5'10", 26, from Fortaleza, Brazil. That ball is wide. 4-1.
Right off the bat, we're seeing a completely different Brazilian team than we saw last night when they lost 14 and 18 in straight sets to May Trainer and Walsh. Completely different team. They seem much more fired up.
And Misty's shot skips off the arms of Larissa. She thought that ball was going out. Scores 2-4.
Little indecision in the backcourt by Larissa.
Misty out of Long Beach State, 5'9", 32 years old, 105 wins. She's the all-time leader, 2 ahead of Carey Walsh. Started her beach career with the great Holly McPeak. That ball slapped down by Juliana, 5-2 on the switch. Time for the Johnsonville sausage. Winning recipe of the match, the moment everybody is waiting for, Dane. Let's go to Brazil first.
For Brazil, they have to trust what works. It's been working all year long. They've won 8 titles on the FIVB World Tour. They have to be careful not to try to switch up their game going up against Misty and Carey.
And for Misty and Carey?
On the other side, it's back to basics. They haven't had a lot of time to train, so get back to the basics. What's won them so many events, and possibly their 100th victory today if they put it together.
Jump float at Misty May Trainer. Cut shot. Layout by Larissa. And a bomb. 6-2.
How about that? Larissa is on fire. Last night, they were disappointed. They were yelling at one another, and we've seen that so much. Larissa puts a lot of pressure on Juliana, but today Larissa has come to play, digging the ball and putting it away cross court.
There's that fire that makes the Brazilians so tough. They keep the pressure on Misty May Trainer, who's been receiving most of the serves here this weekend. Chance for 7-2. Got it. Larissa all over the place. The Americans lead 21-17, but a win here today by the Brazilians would give them a 22-21 advantage. The Americans trying to ice the tour title right here in this gold medal match.
You know that Juliana and Larissa, this team of Walsh and May Trainer, have just been in their way ever since they started to play. So a lot on the line for them to come here to the United States, playing on foreign soil, and to try to put it to them. And there's a stuff block at the net, but it just goes out of bounds. So that looked like it almost came off of Misty on the way down.
Point Brazil.
See in the replay, almost looked like it went off the side. And I think they're going to talk it over.
No, the down referee saw it. It did go off of Misty May. They'll make the switch right here. It'll be 8-2 Brazil.
It's funny, you got Larissa and Carrie Walsh in the serving position, both holding balls ready to go, but the decision is going to go on the Brazilian side. Look at this ball, is blocked right off of the arm, the right arm of Misty May Trainer, and out of bounds.
Chopping it down, Larissa 9-2. And the Americans are going to take a timeout, down 9-2. Larissa and Juliana.
USA 9-2 Brazil.
And they are excited. Brazil is leading 9-2 here in game number 1. We'll be back in just a moment. The AVP Crocs Tour World Challenge is brought to you by Crocs, new Croc Band collection, available at crocs.com and select Crocs retail locations. Bud Light, with just the right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability. Gatorade, it's the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G. And by Malibu, get your island on.
And feel good. Comfort for the whole family. Any day, all day, every day.
We set out to make the finest hair care products in the world. We never tested on animals, and we love the environment. Our success makes us a target for counterfeiters. They copy our packaging and basically sell you an inferior product. If you find our product in any drugstore or supermarket, it is either counterfeit or black market diverted product. We've done it right, and we've got a great track record. Only your salon guarantees the real Paul Mitchell.
What's G? It's gifted, glorious, genius. It's the GOAT. Ha. The greatest of all time. What's G? It is the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
That's Russ Thaler. I'm Lisa Hillary. Coming up on the show at 6:30, Alex Ovechkin and company continue their tough stretch to open up the season tonight in Philly. We'll get you ready for the matchup.
The Wizards begin their preseason against Allen Iverson, and the Grizzlies will see Gilbert Arenas. Chris Miller's live in Richmond with a preview.
And the Terps hope to rack up another conference win this weekend at Wake Forest. We'll check in with the Terps. That and more tonight at 6:30.
Hey, Coach. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, my lease is almost up, and I was hoping to upgrade to the new E-Class.
Oh, not a problem, Coach.
I was hoping not to upgrade the price.
Coach, no problem. If you want, we can even... But I was going to...
Don't speak. You had me at no problem. You had me at no problem.
Well, if...
Shush.
But I was...
Welcome back to Glendale, Arizona, the World Tour Challenge on the AVP Crocs Tour USA versus Brazil in the gold medal match. Juliana and Larissa on fire, a 5-0 run. They lead 9-2 over Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh. Cut shot. Dig by Larissa. Can she do it again? Yes, she is on fire. 10-2.
Larissa is all over the backcourt. She knows the tendencies. She's sliding right into the angle of Misty May Trainer. And then Larissa, so good at putting the ball away after she's made a spectacular dig.
Dane, I have never seen Misty and Carrie down 10-2.
Neither have I. I'm a bit shocked.
Leading one side out, Misty May says, there it is, 3-10.
We didn't know how this team would play coming out. Of course, we all expect them to be on top of their game. Two-time gold medalists. They've done everything in the sport. But Misty has not played this year. That Achilles injury has hampered her, and it's going to take some time to get back to full form.
Brazil definitely with revenge on their minds after what Carrie and Misty did to them last night at 9 p.m. 21-14, 21-18, just steamrolled them. And remember, Carrie and Misty are 12-3 against this team. This team has not beaten them since Paris 2006. You know they're hungry.
They've completely owned them, and in title games, they're 8-3. So they completely dominate this matchup. And this is an opportunity for Larissa and Juliana to take advantage of, because Carrie and Misty not completely 100%. But you got to give it up to Misty getting out here after 2 weeks and bringing it. She is a competitor, probably the most competitive player in women's volleyball.
St. John, I know for you, you spent a lot of your career going over to Brazil and watching the country flourish in volleyball. How nice is it for you to see this event finally happen on American soil?
Well, we've seen, one team here and there, but having 4 of their top teams for men and for women, it's absolutely incredible. It should show everybody from the United States that Brazil is really a force in the game of volleyball. It's incredible. The sport is way bigger in Brazil than it is here in the United States. It's second only to soccer in that country.
Aren't the players over there like rock stars?
Oh, there's no question about it. In fact, when the Americans go down there, they're rock stars too. Just because.
No wonder why you always went down there.
But it's amazing how the fans they just fall in love with the sport and the players.
A 7-point advantage for Brazil. Larissa, a fiery competitor, not afraid to get on her partner, Juliana. She lights her up no matter if they're scoring points or not scoring points, and we saw it last night.
And I've been told that I'm lucky that I don't know Portuguese, because I heard it gets pretty ugly.
Yeah. But Juliana, to her credit, she just takes it and keeps competing, and that's their dynamic, and they win a lot. They're the team of the year on the FIVB Tour 05, 06, 07, 09.
The chemistry is there. No matter how you get there, it really doesn't matter. They found out a formula. If it's yelling at one another, whatever it is, it seems to work.
Beautiful set. Juliana chisels that line.
Off the block.
Walsh slaps her hands knowing she should block that ball. 13-6.
Larissa, definitely one of the best setters. She was awarded the Best Setter Award in 2006, 2007, and 2008 on the FIVB World Tour.
Serve Misty May trainer short. And Larissa hits into the net. 7-13 now on the board here in game number 1.
Point USA.
Rare mistake by Larissa. You won't see her make many unforced errors. It's all about ball control for Juliana and Larissa. Larissa only 5'9". Juliana 5'10" is the full-time blocker. So they need that ball control to compete, and they've shown they may have the best ball control in all of the world.
It's now over 100 degrees. Last night it was just below 80 at 79. Misty and Carrie were feeling very good last night. They took it to Juliana and Larissa just from the get-go. Every serve going to Misty May trainer. She was putting balls away left and right, digging balls. Look at Walsh on 2. Felt like they had never left. Larissa was on fire, did not like getting a set called against her. She said, "Didn't you know I'm the best setter in the world?" Misty May heating up. They couldn't stop her. Digging and delivering. And that ball goes wide. 21-14, 21-18. You see the smiles as Carrie kisses her and says, "Welcome back."
You know, Juliana and Larissa have to be fired up about that loss. It's difficult for them playing on foreign soil, but they're playing well today.
I'm in. We're part of it.
Grill Nation is 60 million strong and counting. Now you can be part of it too when you mix that 5-star fall off the bone taste with original in your bucket.
Weekendville. Paybackville. Truthville. Feed your summer fun with the full, juicy flavor of Johnsonville sausage. Create your own Ville at johnsonville.com.
I'm in.
I'm a part of it.
Grill Nation is 60 million strong and counting. And now you can be part of it too. Try a 2-piece meal with 2 sides and a biscuit for just $3.99.
Sprint Phone gives you live audio broadcast of every regular season game, customizable red zone alerts and more, only from Sprint. Visit Adcom Digital, your Sprint preferred retailer, at any of our 32 locations in the D.C., Maryland, and Virginia areas.
The sports show for everything DC and so much more. Washington Post Live with Ivan Carter, presented by the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Weekdays at 5 and 11:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Comcast and BreastCancer.org present the Pink Ribbon Campaign. Encouraging stories.
Your initial reaction is, am I going to beat this?
New information.
Picking the right foods can make a huge difference.
Inspiring entertainment.
I have breast cancer.
What? From Lifetime, Discovery Health, HBO, Showtime, and more. Just select Life and Home from the on-demand main menu, then Pink Ribbon Campaign. The Pink Ribbon Campaign. Finding the strength you need.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me.
I think it might be one in the morning.
Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? Lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Welcome back, 14-7. Juliana and Larissa leading May Trainer and Walsh. A triumphant return for Misty May Trainer.
It's tough, you know, sitting out a full year and coming back from an injury is not easy. But no, it feels good to be back out there.
It's amazing having Misty back. She's a stud. She's been off for 11 months and she hasn't missed a step. So I love the girl.
There's Misty May Trainer. Her husband Matt Trainer's in Florida, rehabbing an injury. Professional baseball player with the Detroit Tigers. Carry on 2 into the net, no good. 15-7.
I didn't touch. Sorry, that's my fault. Please, please, please. That's my fault.
Juliana saying, please, please, please watch.
Please pay attention. She said that that ball went off of Juliana and out of bounds. It didn't do. It never cleared the net. It hit the tape and went out of bounds. They got the call right.
15-7. Juliana with a block covered by Walsh and then put away by Walsh. 8-15.
Coming into this event, Misty May Trainer had the most hitting attempts, over 156 hitting attempts, getting served a lot. Everyone is testing her, so the more opportunities Carrie Walsh gets to put the ball away, the better off Misty and Carrie are.
They continue to serve Juliana. She goes into the net.
That's just the second error here in this final match. Last night when these two teams matched up, Brazil had 10 hitting errors, so they're playing much cleaner volleyball here today.
Juliana bombing it past the block of Walsh. 16-9. Why do they continue to serve Juliana? It seems like she's a serving target every single time.
Well, Carrie Walsh has managed to get in Juliana in her head many times, and sometimes Juliana, the wheels start to fall off, whereas Larissa's a lot more solid. So they're testing out Juliana, seeing if she will crack.
Larissa is playing unbelievable defense, laying out one-arm bandits, 17-9.
Larissa everywhere on the court, the 2007 Brazilian Queen of the Beach and the 2006 FIVB MVP. She can do it all. We've mentioned that she's a great setter, but she is a great defender as well, and she knows how to put it away.
Sinjin, you've played in some hot weather. It's a little bit over 100 degrees. How much do you think that affects Misty May Trainer coming off a year of not playing?
I think it affects Misty in a very big way. She hasn't been able to practice the way all these other gals have been practicing. Larissa and Juliana have been, they're in great shape. They're in fantastic shape. So for Misty May to come out and play in this kind of heat and run around, after every play, you watch her. She's huffing and puffing. But she's gotten better throughout the tournament.
I think the Americans would love for this final to be at night, Dane.
Most definitely. It's about 20 degrees to 30 degrees cooler at night.
I think we're 14-2 at night over Friday and Saturday night.
The day games definitely favor the Brazilians. They're used to the heat. It gets hot down there. Sinjin talked about going down to Brazil. The crowd is crazy. They go at you, and the heat is there, so you have a lot up against you.
Log on to the most comprehensive volleyball site on the net, avp.com. Go there today. A great place to catch exclusive live streaming video, participate in the world's first fantasy game, purchase authentic merchandise and tickets. avp.com. Chance for 19. Got it. 19-10. Brazil just a train rolling downhill.
Swing by Larissa, good for
and there is no question about it. Misty and Carey have never really been put in a position like this, having to work with adversity and trying to find a way to get back on track, find a way to win. They know they can do it. They did it last night, but they have to turn some things around here today.
Into the net, 19-11, Brazil leading. Overall, it's 21-17, USA over Brazil in our World Tour Challenge. The first country to get to 25 points wins the title. The gold medal matches are worth 5. In the Brazilian-USA men's final, it's Phil Dalhausser, Todd Rogers versus Alison and Harley. And you can bet the Brazilians would love for it to come down to that.
Juliana and Larissa moving the ball well. You saw that last play. It was a back set. Juliana's faking to go forward, then she goes back. That is to move Carey Walsh around so she's not a set blocker.
Game point for Brazil in game 1. Larissa digging everything and then putting everything away. 21-11, Brazil over the United States.
21-11.
What a performance in game 1 by Brazil. 21-11. Larissa and Juliana just doing everything right. Serving, passing, playing phenomenal defense. Time to go down to Sinjin Smith, the KGC Grill Zone. He's standing by with Juliana.
Now, Juliana, last night you had a very difficult match with Misty and Carey, but today you guys are a completely different team. You're playing so much better.
I changed my focus, and last night I did make a lot of mistakes, and I think about it all night, and now my focus and my concentration, and always I think good things and play, enjoy, and I have fun. Just it. When I play against them, I had to play well and happy.
Okay, good luck, good luck.
Juliana, you can be as happy as can be because you just won 21-11. Can you do it in game 2? We shall see. We'll be back in a few moments.
Feel good. Comfort for the whole family. Any day, all day, every day.
Thursday on Comcast Sportsnet, Mike Green and the Caps battled the New York Rangers in this bitter division rivalry. The Rangers, the Capitals in high definition. Coverage begins at 6:30 on Washington Sports Leader, Comcast Sportsnet.
A one-shot stop for DC Sports. What exactly is going on with the Redskins? CSN Update. That's cool. You've got an all-star blogging? Caps, Whiz, and more.
The all-new CSNWashington.com. Connect to local sports.
I like working with electronics because, you know, ever since I was little, I've always wanted to know what was going on inside those components. The responsibility I have with all this expensive equipment, the respect I get from all my clients, and I get to travel a lot. We sell broadcast consoles, audio codecs, anything for on-air radio. My dad is very, very proud that I got my degree and that I'm actually have a job that I enjoy a lot.
I think these days kids have to have a good education. Coming to ITT Tech was very good for his future.
I'm a lot better off now.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. Call 1-800-942-0088 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid for those who qualify. Call 1-800-942-0088.
Hi, I'm Misty May Trainer, and this is my story.
She is the turtle, Misty!
I'd like to think turtle because I'm just unassuming, and I kind of just mosey around the court, but I get the job done. I hope I'm not that slow. You gotta have fun. The AVP is crazy. It's one big party. Why not, you know, as a player, join the party on your way out through the tunnel? There's really, really great teams sprouting up all around the world. Brazil's always a tough battle.
Misty May Trainer, 105 career wins, 64 of them on the AVP Tour, two-time Olympic gold medalist, also the four-time MVP. She has done it all. She won a national championship at Long Beach State, and I can tell you, Dane, my own personal opinion, we missed her this year out on the AVP Tour. You missed that personality, and you missed one of the greats to ever play, male or female.
Misty May, so much fun, has a great time when she gets on the court, and everyone loves Misty May Trainer. The fans love her, the players love her, and she's such a competitor. Every time she steps on that court, she brings it 100%.
First lead for the United States, 1-0 here in game two. It's rare to say that when you talk about Kerri Walsh and Misty May. Of course, they're 112 straight wins from 2007 to 2008. Off the block, 1-1. If they're going to start scoring points, you know Kerri and Misty usually don't do it by their serve. They're not a great serving team. It's got to come from the block of Kerri Walsh and the defense transition by Misty May Trainer.
Well, they have to settle down. Keep it simple. Get back to the basics. But you're absolutely right. In order for Misty May Trainer and Kerri Walsh to score points, right now, Kerri Walsh has to get more involved, and she has to make her presence felt at the net.
2-1 Brazil, ace serve. Don't want to get too far behind again, as they did in game one. They were down 10-2. Kerri not being aggressive. 3-1 Brazil.
Yeah, tough set, had her feet already under the ball and couldn't put that ball away. But I don't think anyone would dispute that Kerri Walsh is the best blocker in the entire world. She's going to have to make some things happen and start putting some pressure on Juliana and Larissa.
I don't believe Kerri has a block yet this match. She blocked one, but it got covered.
Yep, Larissa covered that up. So important when you get that cover, you can stop that momentum.
2 serving 3. Kerri Walsh, 103 titles. She shoots it over the block and down for 4-2.
Misty May, Kerri Walsh coming into this with a 4-0 record coming out of pool. Larissa and Juliana, 3-1, but it's now all on the line. Record between these two teams, 12 wins for May Trainer and Walsh, and just 3 for Juliana and Larissa.
We switch at 4-3. Juliana Larissa leading here in game number 2. Overall, it's 21-17. USA over Brazil. 25 points to win. 5 points for the gold medal match. So Kerri and Misty can put it away. for USA. The men's match wouldn't matter, but if Brazil wins, they all of a sudden jump ahead. It looked like it was a runaway last night. USA was leading by 5.
If that's the case, everything comes down to that men's match.
Larissa, 5-3.
Touchdown two by Larissa, heading play.
These teams have played each other 15 times. Carried Misty lead 12-3. It's 8-3 in finals. And the last time Larissa and Juliana beat Carrie and Misty, 2006 Paris. They know it's been a long time coming. They're feeling it today. Backup Misty May trainer, making her work. They know she hasn't played in a year. They know this is her first tournament since the Manhattan Open last September.
2006 Paris, that's a long time ago. And despite May Trainer and Walsh going 4-0 in pool play, they have a 73-match winning streak in international competition, going back to June 30th, 2007. So as everyone knows, May Trainer and Walsh are capable of going on some unbelievable streaks.
Juliana going high off the hands. She has been almost unstoppable. Misty May Trainer gets it off the tape for 5-6. Misty May told us, Dane, before the match, I'm not 100%. My body's definitely been hurting. And it's been hard for her to pick up little things of the game, watching the players' hands and wrists and where they're going to hit the ball.
Nice shot down the line. You're absolutely right, Geeter. When you come back, taking a lot of time off, not only is your body moving a little bit slower and maybe you're a bit out of shape and trying to get back to things, but your perception is off. When someone serves you a float serve, your timing is not there. Getting under the ball and getting a strong hit, everything has to come together, and that takes time. She's only been out on the sand for a couple weeks.
Larissa is just playing perfect right now. Right at Larissa. Juliana digs it. Oh, bad set. You know that's going to call. Juliana's asking, why is there not 4 contacts, Dane?
Yeah, she's trying to get the 4 contacts, but no question about it. That was the best rally that we've seen here in the women's final. Larissa showing so much of what a great player she is in the backcourt. That's an overhand dig, tries to put it away, but May Trainer is right there, over on 2 for Walsh. Larissa's there again, and the joust sends Walsh to the ground. But then, Carrie Walsh blast cross court. Juliana gets it up, and they continue to go. But one of the best setters in the world, Larissa, chucks it up there. That was an easy one to call.
And when you're the best setter in the world, 2006, 2007, 2008, you have the guts to set that ball.
Yeah, that was challenging, spinning backwards and trying to take that. Very bold, but you have to have that confidence.
8-6. Juliana and Larissa from Brazil leading Carrie Walsh and Misty May Trainer. The beautiful Westgate City Center in Glendale, Arizona. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Saunders Nature Valley. The place that inspires her to go faster and slower. Elk Mountains, Colorado. Where's yours? 100% natural Nature Valley granola bars. The taste nature intended.
I'm Ivan Carter. Here's what's coming up tonight on Washington Post Live, presented by the Green Turtle. We continue breaking down Redskins and Bucks with Jason Reed of the Post and former Skins GM Charlie Casserly. Plus, basketball season is about to tip off. We'll go live from Wizards training camp. And Mike Wise will be in the house, so you know I'm going to call him out on something. It's the return of our wise guy. All of that more tonight at 5.
guarantee reliable service, we put each of our Canon copiers through rigorous testing here at Ameritel. We are committed to fulfilling all your Canon copier needs to improve your productivity with a versatile range of copiers and service plans. And as a local family-owned business, Ameritel stands behind every copier we sell.
And no one knows great copies like my parents. Have you met the triplets?
Ameritel, your hometown place for copiers.
The world is changing, and how we use energy today cannot be how we use it tomorrow. There is no one solution. It's not simply more oil, more renewables, or being more efficient. It's all of it. Our way of life depends on developing all forms of energy and to use less of it. It's time to put our differences aside. Will you be part of the solution? Chevron, human energy.
Welcome back. The World Challenge team score, United States 21, Brazil 17. But the gold medal matches are worth 5 points. Juliana and Larissa have been dominant. 21-11 in game number 1. Now it is 8-6. There's your overall score, 21-17.
Team Brazil over there, like that. Team USA, let's go.
Walsh makes it 7-8.
The Americans definitely have to get more aggressive if they're going to score points. We see Larissa all over the backcourt, touching everything, maybe not getting everything up, but when you get your hands on everything, it plays tricks on the opposition.
Juliana and Larissa definitely playing with a little more energy. They lead 9-7.
Keep harping on the blocks. Kerry Walsh, best blocker in the world, has 0 blocks here in this final. Juliana has 1. U.S. has to change it up in that category.
Tight set. Walsh has to poke it. That ball is just wide.
How about that? And Larissa's going to take a look herself because it was very close.
You know how I know it's out? Misty looked over at Larissa and told her it was out. And Misty May never, ever, ever gets involved in anything. She never yells at a ref in all my years of announcing her games. She just plays.
Some amazing discipline to hold back, because you know there's times when you're angry.
Oh, I've seen it out of you a few times, bud. Walsh gets the block, but they call a net.
Violation on the block attempt.
How about that? Well, Juliana gets stuffed, but she sees out of the corner of her eye that Kerry Walsh nets. So we're looking for our first block of the game by Walsh. It goes to the ground. Juliana points it out, and the referees are all over it. Net violation, Kerry Walsh.
Maybe that'll fire up the Americans. The Americans are pissed. They wanted an open hand dig. Called 11-8. Brazil starting to roll again. How the game can turn on one call.
And I love the fact that the entire bench just
the bench got the entire American team on one side and the entire Brazilian team sitting on Brazilian under umbrellas on the other side. It's a great sight. Something you do not see here often. Walsh with an aggressive swing. 9-11.
9-11.
I think Misty May and Kerry Walsh would like to get this to 10-11 on the switch. There you see the teams under the umbrellas.
Team of USA.
Checking it out, rooting it on. Remember, this is a team competition. Only one country can walk away the winner.
Juliana tees off for 12-9. Well, we have a special guest, Dan, and he's down there with Smith.
12-9.
I'm here with Tulio Teixeira, the technical director for the Brazilian National Federation and the Brazilian team captain here. And all your players are back here rooting on your team out here. You really need to win this game, don't you?
Oh, for sure. If I want to win this contest, I have to win this game and the next one.
Yeah. Now, is this a great kind of thing for your teams and for Brazil to come to the United States and compete against the best teams from the U.S.?
for sure. And for most of the players, it's a dream come to play in U.S. And this kind of format of competition is perfect. I hope we can do that in Brazil too in April.
I'm sure we will. Congratulations, but not yet. You got to win first, right?
For sure you got to win, and I need you to help me.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, guys. And they need the women to win, and then they would need Alison and Harley to beat Phil and Todd to take the title. U.S. needing only one of these gold medal matches because of the 21-17 lead. That's a tight ball. Juliana makes the best of it, 13-10.
The interesting thing was said in that interview. A lot of the Brazilian players don't get an opportunity to come over here and play in the United States. Of course, the American players play in Europe. They play in Brazil because there's FIVB events in those countries. But we haven't had an FIVB event here in the United States in some time. So a lot of these Brazilian players, this is their first time playing on American soil, and definitely the first AVP event for Juliana and Larissa.
Miss serve, 11-13. Yeah, you make a great point. I met a couple of the younger Brazilian players when they got out of the van today, and we embraced, because they always love to hug, you know, the Brazilians, and they said, hey, it's our first time ever being in America. This is one of the greatest things that they've ever been a part of, and that's a really cool thing to hear.
I hope they don't think it is as hot everywhere in the United States as it is here, because it is absolutely scorching. But I think it favors the Brazilians because they're used to this type of weather in their summer.
14-11, they're just 7 points away from taking the overall lead, 22-21. I know Phil and Todd would love to wrap it up now and not have the pressure on them in the gold game. Cut shot, 15-11.
Great cut shot by Juliana. Misty May trainer Carrie Walsh, world champions in 2003, 2005, 2007, and the surprising thing, Juliana and Larissa have not won a world title. Beautiful cut shot by Juliana there.
Some great stuff going on in front of us. The Brazilian coach sitting right next to our American players. American players are telling him not to coach from the box. They're telling him to be quiet. Beach volleyball, the coaches cannot coach during play, only at timeouts.
Seeing a lot of frustration at the net by Carrie Walsh. She's used to getting a lot more blocks, but it seems like Juliana and Larissa are just kind of chipping away and tooling the block.
16-11. Juliana and Larissa leading. They're just 5 points away from taking the gold here in Glendale, Arizona. We'll be back in just a moment.
Superior drinkability, ultimate.
U.S. Olympian Maddie Reed wears Crocs Prepare Sport sandals. He appreciates their comfort, but he relies on their proven benefits to help him recover after the beating his body takes during training and competition. With Crocs Prepare Sport sandals, Maddie Reed enhances his recovery and elevates his performance. You can too. The Crocs Prepare Collection. Enhance your recovery.
Weekendville. Paybackville. Truthville. Feed your summer fun with the full, juicy flavor of Johnsonville sausage. Create your own Ville at johnsonville.com.
One-shot stop for DC Sports. What exactly is going on with the Redskins? CSN update. That's cool. You've got an all-star blogging, Caps, Whiz, and more.
The all-new CSNWashington.com. Connect to local sports.
In the beginning, Dave made ribs, and they were good. Then Dave made chicken and brisket, and they were good. Now for a limited time, Dave's making smoking hot meat and potatoes. Thick slices of Dave's new smoky barbecue basted meatloaf, and a juicy hickory smoked flame grilled ribeye. Face it, Dave's just good at meat. Even the price is good. Start at just $8.99.
Come on over to Famous Dave's for the best tasting, most award-winningest barbecue in America.
When I call to have someone come out,
I want to know who it is and know it's someone I can trust. Crop Metcalf is the home of the 5-star technician. I love it. When they make an appointment, they keep it. Professional, experienced, and most of all, you can really tell they take pride in what they do. Whatever the problem, big or small, I know I'm getting a Crop Metcalf 5-star technician. It makes me feel good.
Check out the Crop Metcalf difference. Call 1-800-GO-CROP.
Austin's Big and Tall, catering to big and tall men in the D.C. and Baltimore metropolitan area. Austin's offers an extensive collection of big and tall sport shirts, slacks, and the largest selection of custom-tailored dress shirts and suits. If you want the best quality fit and service, it's Austin's Big and Tall.
This week's Paul Mitchell candidate on the women's side is Sarah Dukes. In 1998, Sarah played on the junior national team before winning an NCAA title at Stanford in 2001. One of the perks of the title? She traveled to the White House for a meet and greet with former President George W. Bush. Log on to avp.com to vote for the player you think deserves to be the first ever Paul Mitchell hotshot. It's your chance to help these unsung heroes shine.
Welcome back to the AVP World Challenge, USA versus Brazil. USA leading 21-17. The first country to 25 points wins. The gold medal matches are worth 5 points each. Our men's final is coming up next. That's Phil Dalhausser and Todd Rogers versus Harley and Alison from Brazil. And I'll tell you what, if the Brazilian women can hold on now, that match is going to be for everything. The score in our gold medal match for the women, 21-11 in Game 1, Juliana Larissa. And now lead 16-11 here in Game 2. Remember, Misty and Carey were 4-0 in pool play. They hammered Juliana Larissa last night, 21-14, 21-18. But it's been a different story today in our gold medal match.
Completely different story. Juliana and Larissa have come out on fire, and they really haven't let up on the gas ever since the first whistle.
Dig, and Walsh puts it away to the back line, 12-16.
Great hit, Carey Walsh right down the middle, splitting the defense. You know, in AVP title matches, May Trainer and Walsh are 63-8. Here you see the end of the play right down the middle between Juliana and Larissa. 63-8 in title matches for May Trainer and Walsh, and they have not been swept in an AVP final since June 11, 2006.
Wow.
So history on the line here for them.
5 kills for Carey Walsh, down 16-12. They're going to make a run. It's going to be now. And a missed serve, 17-12.
That's been a rough match for the Americans, but we knew that this may happen because Misty May not 100%. Juliana and Larissa are coming off of a record-setting year on the international tour. They come here guns a-blazing, firing on all cylinders, whereas the Americans have had 2 weeks to prepare for this one.
Larissa bearing it by the block, 18-12.
Another short point, Team Brazil.
If the United States came out and put it away early, you know, what would they be thinking? They would say, you know, we've taken off a year and come back and beat the best of the world. So it's nice that they're getting a bit of a challenge.
Ball is stuffed by Juliana, 19-12.
Block with the net, Juliana.
Wow, they are
just
showing them up.
Shoe shine over there after the stuff block by Juliana. She goes back over, kind of like T.O.-like or something. Did you see that? The leg up on the knee and the shoe shine move. I've never seen that. So a bit of showboating going on by the Brazilians.
Brazil scored 6 of the last 7. Showboating is right, Dane. Carey Walsh, 13-19. But like all the greatest players that ever play their sports, whether it's Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods, Carey Walsh and Misty May, remember. They'll remember the little shoe shine, they'll remember the showboating, and it'll drive them.
Absolutely, on their home turf. You never want someone to come into your own house and start showboating like that. But you got to understand, 12-3, 12 losses for Larissa and Juliana. They don't win very often, and they are having a great match, and they're feeling it.
So you know what? They're playing fantastic. They deserve to have some fun out here. No question about it. 14-19. You hear the crowd in Glendale erupting, just wanting something from Misty and Carey.
They just haven't been able to earn points, Dane. That's one of the first in a while.
Well, Brazil has been so strong. They haven't allowed the Americans to get 2 points in a row. And that's important. If you don't let runs of points happen, you're in much better shape. 1 point at a time.
That ball goes wide, 15-19. It's not over yet. Brazil says, let's just kill this momentum right now and call a timeout. It's 19-15. Juliana and Larissa leading here in game number 2. See the coach Marcio Sicoli talking to Carrie Misty as we take a look back at that showboating after the stuff. And shoe shine. Oh, put your shoe up there. And just shine up and clean them. Wow. Whoa. 19-15, game number 2. Juliana Larissa leading over Misty May and Carrie Walsh. They're 2 points away from the title. The USA coming off their first 3-point run of the match. Can Walsh get a block here? She touches it nicely. Sets it up for May, who's off the net. Gives it back to Juliana. And it trickles off the tape and good. 20-15. Game match championship point for Juliana and Larissa. They're 1 point away from Brazil taking a 22-21 point lead on the United States. That means it'll come down to our final match, the gold medal match for the men.
Everything seems to be going Juliana and Larissa's way. That ball just rolls over the net. So anytime the ball's in question, it seems like it's favoring the Brazilians.
Oh, digging it high in the air. Larissa. She's going to send it back nice and easy at Misty May and say, I'll play some D. And Walsh puts it away, 16-20.
See, each and every time the Brazil gets a free ball, they're trying to test Misty May Trainer. They know that she hasn't been out here much. They're trying to give her as many opportunities, and the strategy has seemed to have worked. Got to give it up to Misty May Trainer. Coming out here just after 2 weeks, I mean, just incredible.
Run out of gas a little bit, all due to the Brazilians. Juliana and Larissa, you gotta give them credit. They played fantastic this entire tournament. They end up 4-1, but they end up with the gold medal. At 4-1 and a silver medal, Carrie Walsh and Misty May Trainer. Congratulations to the Americans, their first tournament together since September 20th of 2008. A remarkable comeback by Misty May Trainer. But today, this match belongs to Juliana and Larissa. They came out from the get-go with high energy game, and they made plays.
There was definitely some ring rust for Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh. It was all about Brazil this afternoon. Everything was going their way. You see them put a ball away right there for the championship. This one means a lot. They don't have a lot of opportunities to beat this team, so they took full advantage this afternoon.
Time for our Gatorade Champions interview, and for that we go down to St. John Smith.
I'm here with gold medalists Juliana and Larissa. You guys were a completely different team today, and you had to win. How does it feel to be Carrie and Misty?
Yes, I felt very spirit. Play against Walsh and May, play in AVP USA. This challenge for me is very good. Today is very different yesterday. New day, some good play, keep energy, the people. Juliana today play very well. I'm very happy, very happy.
Now, Juliana, all the pressure was on you guys. It was a must-win situation so that you could try and win the whole challenge.
Every tournament there's pressure on me. I have to improve every time. Sometimes I think about difference. I want to do same thing every time. I'm so happy and play very well. And Larissa said this big challenge for me. And for me and Larissa play against Walsh May, the pressure for me. Every match I learned some things.
Well, congratulations, our gold medalists here in the World Challenge.
Thank you.
Thank you, St. John. Thank you, Juliana and Larissa. They were dominant today. And here's the KFC hot sizzling moment of the match, Dan.
Well, this shows you why Larissa in the defensive slot, that epitomizes basically the entire match. Digging the ball and putting it away. And the reason Larissa is so happy because Juliana played well. We didn't see Larissa go at Juliana at all, and that's been her trademark. So almost perfection.
21-11, 21-16. Juliana and Larissa take gold at the World Challenge. That puts Brazil in the lead, 22-21. It's all coming down to our next match, the gold medal match for the men. Brazil, Alison and Harley versus Dalhausser and Rogers. That is next. Don't go anywhere. It's all coming down to that.
Jumping into the ocean is one of the most cleansing things you can do. My favorite Paul Mitchell product is the Super Strong Shampoo and Conditioner. Being a pro surfer and spending all day out in the sun in the salt water, it's the only thing that keeps my hair looking good. Clean water is important for everyone. And even if you're not a surfer, you're drinking the water and you go to the beach and you want to see it clean. It's just really important to get the message out that what they put in the gutter does make it to the ocean. As long as everybody does their part, then it's really easy to keep the place clean.
And feel good. Comfort for the whole family. Any day, all day, every day.
Hey, what's good today?
Well, start with a hot appetizer combo, delicious strip cheese sandwich, or our world-famous wings. Try them naked. Or boneless wings made from plump, juicy breasts of chicken.
Stop drooling. Get to Hooters now for heart-stopping game action, cool drinks, and seriously hot food. Go to Hooters.com, take the football poll, register to win a Bubba Keg Grill.
So it's good today.
After a car accident, Linda Davis needed CPR. Bill Hamilton needed temporary shelter when a fire destroyed his home. During an operation, Haley Reynolds needed a blood transfusion.
Excuse me, may I go into that room, please?
Next year, revenue growth again will be a focus. Our priority.
Thank you for giving me blood.
Thank you for giving me shelter.
Thank you for saving my life.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is on in Glendale, Arizona. The AVP World Challenge USA Brazil. And as it stands with 1 to go, Brazil 22, USA 21. It takes 25 points to win. It all comes down to the gold medal match. Alison and Harley for Brazil, Todd Rogers and Phil Dalhausser for the United States of America. Chris McGee along with Dane Bland, and we wouldn't have this any other way. The two best countries in beach volleyball playing right here, and it's come down to this match, Brazil versus USA. Let's focus on the gold medalists, Todd Rogers and Phil Dalhausser. What do they need to do to win this match?
Well, they need to come strong. Harley and Alison are some of the best players in the world. They go at it each and every time when they come out of here. And some people are saying that Alison's one of the best blockers. So Phil, of course, has something to prove. 7 AVP titles for Phil and Todd. They're hungry.
Harley and Alison, what makes them such a dynamic duo?
Well, Harley is all over the court. He has the wisdom. He's 35 years of age. He knows how to get it done. The youngster is Alison. He gets it done at the net, and I think Alison is definitely the future of Brazilian volleyball.
Alison at 6 feet 8 inches tall, playing with the veteran at 35, Harley. They've won 3 golds together. And the first server will be Todd Rogers, the professor. He'll turn 36 in a couple of days. 6'2", 57 titles. Phil told us that they would start on Harley, and they do, and they give it back to Harley. They don't think Alison is a great setter. Dalhausser starts it off with a stuff.
Big block, enforcing his will at the net and letting his presence be known right away. I think that's a solid strategy, going at Harley early and taking away that line.
Jake Harley chisels for 1-1. Harley, been one of the great players in Brazil over the last 15 years. Phenomenal setter. 35 years old. Rio de Janeiro. Hard serve down the line at Rogers. Wow. And Phil sets up some sauce from about 15 feet, and Raji just goes underneath Alison.
So important for Phil and Todd to get that set to the net. The pass was about 15 feet off the net, but Phil, one of the best setters in the world, throws it all the way up and gives Todd an opportunity.
6'9", 29 years old, from the University of Central Florida, Phil Dalhausser, the most dominant volleyball player on the planet. Two-time MVP, and on cue, he wraps one down the middle for an ace. 3-1, and Team USA is going nuts, Dane.
Team USA fired up, cheering Phil and Todd on. Phil always starting in the middle of the court. He has 3 spots to serve, right down the middle or to each line. That one right down the slot.
And another one, Phil Dalhausser. And how's this, Dane? Phil told us in the training room this morning he's not going to jump serve. He's going to float serve because of his bad back. He hurt his back in Vegas last weekend.
He tweaked his back, throwing up a jump serve a little bit behind him on the hard surface last week in Las Vegas. Said he was going to float serve, but obviously
not when he got out here.
He had a secret weapon, and things have heated up. Maybe it loosened up on it.
He is teeing off on that serve. Oh! And he absolutely stuffs it, and the American players are mobbing.
Oh my. This is one of the most intimidating blocks I have ever seen. That ball lands before both Phil and Harley do. What an incredible block. That's one for the highlight reel.
And you know what? They're showing emotion and passion, and that's what the American players want. Phil and Todd were hoping it wouldn't come down to them. They were hoping Carrie Niski would win. Phil dials up another one. I can't even get a word in because Dalhausser is dominating.
Just absolutely exploding from the back line. How about that? 6-1.
Johnsonville winning recipe of the match. Dane?
Well, for Brazil, they have to manufacture their own heat. They're used to playing at home in front of their own crowd. This time they're going to have to create their own momentum.
And for the U.S.?
Well, the U.S. have to go out with a bang. It's been a long season for both Phil and Todd. I know they're looking for the offseason, but one more win, a win versus Brazil, would be huge.
There's 6 points scored, 3 aces, and 2 blocks by Dalhausser. And he gets Alison, 7-1. This reminds me of the gold medal match at the Olympics in Beijing. In Game 3, this is what he did to Fabio.
Absolutely. He went to Fabio each and every time. Now he's going to either Harley or Alison, and he stuffed blocked both of them.
The man steps up his game when it matters most. Another ace serve. He's got 3 blocks and 4 aces.
How about that? All Todd Rogers has to do is sit back and watch. How about that? The American contingent on their feet. Not anybody has really seen an exhibition quite like this.
Just feeding off your energy.
A dominant performance by Rogers and Dalhausser. 8-1. We'll be back.
Weekendville. Paybackville. Truthville. Feed your summer fun with the full, juicy flavor of Johnsonville sausage. Create your own Ville at johnsonville.com.
What's G? It's gifted. Glorious. Genius. It's the GOAT. Ha! The greatest of all time. What's G? It is the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
feel good for more than just a day at the beach.
Contractors, plumbers, and fitters of course. Excellence in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning for 25 years. Workers trained at UAM. Companies and unions pledged in writing to safety ethical standards, no strikes, and top quality work. Check it out at causegmw.com. Avcom East provides the best in IT infrastructure and management solutions. Their team takes the time to understand and support your overall IT needs. Contact Avcom East for a free IT savings assessment. Avcom East, IT solutions for today's economy.
Our score 8-1 in Game 1 in the gold medal match of the World Challenge. Time for That's G moment of the match.
Well, it's all Phil Dalhausser, straight down the middle, ace. Right off the top of the tape, a dribbler ace. And then he just nails this one off of Harley. Dalhausser on fire, and so are all the Americans.
Gatorade, it's the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
Here, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. Phil completely taking over from the first whistle.
In the first 8 points, he's had 4 aces and 3 blocks. Make it 4 aces, 4 blocks in the first 9 points.
Wow, look at this. Up big, and this one he swats. So he has the ability to not only stuff straight down, but this time he hangs and throws it into the court where no one is.
Our Crocs spotlight stat, 4 aces, 4 blocks for Dalhausser. St. John, have you ever seen, now you're back here with your head in your hands, have you ever seen anything like this to start a match?
No, it's absolutely ridiculous. And during the break, you know, we looked over at Phil, and for the first time during a match, he had the biggest grin on his face. You know, he's had so much success beating up on Americans on the AVP Tour, and now all the Americans are on his team. They're in his court, and they're cheering him on, and that has made him more happy than I've ever seen him, ever.
That is a great point. Our score 10-2. The American team having a blast this weekend. There they are, all of them, really enjoying themselves, taking it all in. The Brazilian team is here as well. Raji digs it, and it's wide. So Harley finally gets one by the beast, Phil Dalhausser, 10-3.
Raji in the backcourt trying to make something happen, trying to play a part since his partner, Phil Dalhausser, has completely taken over. And in this first set, I mean, the damage has been done. When you're down 7 points in rally scoring, you're up against the wall.
Off the chest, played out by Alison perfectly. Dalhausser blocks it, but wide, 4-10.
Whenever you get a side switch, you want it to be close. Not 10-4. The Brazilians have their work cut out for them. They have to make it happen here.
Time for the Bud Light Tournament recap. Emmanuel Henricardo, the great team from Brazil, the gold medals in 2004 in 3rd. You know what? A great finish by Keenan and Lucena from the USA in 5th. And then on down to Hayden Scott in 6th, Gibbles in 8th, Benjamin and Pedro in 7th place. They serve Phil, and he bombs it, and that might just be the last time they serve him, unless it's an accident.
You're right. You don't want to go to Phil Dalhausser very often. Nice set. He's a little off the net, but he just blasts that ball. So any indication right there, he's getting up big. Doesn't look like his back is bothering him at all.
Is he going to continue at this rate? It almost seems impossible, but he keeps teeing off. And another ace. 5 aces, 4 blocks, 12 points for the Americans.
And it's only 12-4. 5 aces, 4 blocks. Look at this, right down the middle. So difficult to pass. It goes to the net, and Harley cannot fish it out.
Raji will run down that high shot. Dalhausser goes with the left.
They got to come over. Dalhausser buries it. Oh, they say it's out. Rogers thought it went off the left hand.
Interesting play there. A free ball for Phil and Todd, but Phil ends up on the right side. He's not accustomed to hitting on that side, and it goes just out of bounds.
5 aces and 4 blocks and 2 kills and 12 points. It's like having 23 points in a basketball game and your team has 24 to start the first quarter.
You're absolutely right. Great analogy. He's completely taken over. I've never seen someone put on this type of an exhibition to start things off. And you talk about him getting fired up playing USA versus Brazil. He's fired up because this is the last event for him on the season, and it has been a long year. After winning that gold medal, then hot winter nights straight into the season, it's been a long road.
Oh, Todd Rogers sticks out the left hand, almost digs it, and Harley puts it away 6-13. Todd Rogers, the best defensive player of the last decade, has 5 best defensive player awards. Professor picked up Phil Dalhausser 2006, and it was a pretty good call.
Now that's the biggest understatement. It's so nice to go out.
Ace serve by Harley. Look at that high toss. 7-13.
High toss. He throws it way up there. Very deceptive from the back line. You're not sure where the ball is going to go. Goes to the outside, right side of Todd Rogers, and just not ready for that. 9 out of 10 times Todd will pass that ball. Just not ready for that tough serve. Whenever you're in the last event of the year, so important to go out on top. It makes the off-season that much sweeter.
Off-speed serve goes wide. I want to remind you to log on to the most comprehensive volleyball site on the net, avp.com. Go there today. A great place to catch exclusive live streaming video, participate in the world's first fantasy game, purchase authentic merchandise and tickets. avp.com, your online home for all things volleyball. And we want to welcome all of our listeners on avp.com that have supported the AVP Crocs Tour all year, and our friends from Brazil listening in on avp.com. 14-7. Chris McGee, Dane Blanton, and St. John Smith here from Glendale, Arizona, the World Tour Challenge. And it's all come down to this. 22 points for Brazil, 21 for the U.S. Winner of this match will take home the title. Rogers wants to make it 15. A great bump set, and Rogers pokes long.
Good set there by Phil. Maybe a little bit tight.
A little bit tight. It did blow a little bit tight.
Yeah, Todd tried to poke it over the 6'8" Alison. Not an easy task, and that one just goes long.
Not used to seeing Phil with a bump set. Usually with his hands, he had to drop low like the late, great Mike Whitmarsh. Raji had to go to the middle to pass it, to his left. And Alison gets his first block of the game. He's starting to join the party, 9-14.
I told you the Brazilians had to manufacture their own heat, their own momentum, because they're not going to get anything from the crowd. The youngster, 23 years of age, 6'8", and he has taken the tour and the world by storm, Alison.
Alison runs, can't get it. 15-9. USA leads. Alison, a young man that we're going to be hearing about for many, many years at only 23 years old.
You go back to the early 2008 season, and no one really knows about Alison. But Emmanuel picked him up in Stade last year when Ricardo was out. That kind of put him on the map. Then he won a tournament at the end of last season, and now 2 this year with Harley. So he is a force to be reckoned with.
Dalhausser pressing and piking and stuffing Harley for 16-9.
Everyone is in awe about this blocking of the thin beast at the net, but technically he has improved so much. Look, when he presses over, he presses into the court and not out of the court, so he's not getting tooled very often. He's getting a lot more stuff blocked.
Raji runs down the cut shot. Rogers for 17. Rogers got it. 17-9. Dalhausser Rogers. This reminds me a lot of Beijing. I keep bringing that up. I was there announcing that match, and Todd Rogers and Phil Dalhausser, when they got to that gold medal match, you just saw that level rise, and that's what they're looking like right now, Dane.
Todd lays it out, and then he sees the court so well, tries to go over Alison, and it's deflected for the point.
Dane, what was it like for you representing your country when you would go overseas and play, and then ultimately in the Olympic Games when you beat Brazil for a gold?
Well, it's everything. You know, you play for the city championship, the state championship, the national championship, but then you get out in the Olympics and you're playing for an entire country, and it's just an awesome feeling. There's so much riding on it, and it just means so much more.
A year ago, 9 years ago yesterday, that Dane Blanton won the gold medal in Sydney, Australia. 18-10, Dalhausser and Rogers leading in game number 1. The Beast inflicting his will.
Kelly Saunders Nature Valley. The place that inspires her to go faster and slower. Elk Mountains, Colorado. Where's yours? 100% natural Nature Valley granola bars. The taste nature intended.
I'm in.
We're in too. I'm a part of it.
Colonel, I'm in.
More than 60 million Americans have tried Kentucky Grilled Chicken. An entire grilled nation of believers in that fall-off-the-bone taste. And now you can be part of it, too. Try a 2-piece meal with 2 sides of a biscuit for just $3.99. And taste for yourself why 60 million people unthink alike.
Make it 60 million in one.
Unthink. It tastes the unfried side of KFC.
What's G? It's gifted. Glorious. Genius. It's the GOAT. Ha! The greatest of all time. What's G? It is the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
Kick off the season in style with a new 09 Maxima S for only $169 per month from the all-new Chevy Chase Nissan in Bethesda. And get free oil changes for the life of your new car warranty. Only at Chevy Chase Nissan, your lifetime Nissan dealer.
Hold your head back, lean to the side, or throw your hands up high and play the DC-5. Hold your head back, yeah, and lean to the side. We make you say, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Give me that DC-5.
Play the DC Lottery's newest numbers game, DC-5.
Give me that DC-5.
Work it. Kick off the season in style with a new 09 Maxima S for only $169 per month from the all-new Chevy Chase Nissan in Bethesda. And get free oil changes for the life of your new car warranty. Only at Chevy Chase Nissan, your lifetime Nissan dealer.
This week's Paul Mitchell candidate on the men's side is Ty Trambly. A product of Cal State Northridge, Ty has risen to be one of the best defenders on the beach. And even though he calls LA home, he quickly realized the glamorous lifestyle of reality TV was not for him.
I had this terrible fake girlfriend that I got caught up with in this stupid show. And I thought, it might help me with sponsors, but all it brought was a lot of ridicule from my friends. To win the Paul Mitchell Hot Shot would be awesome. I think my flowing hair, I don't even know why there's a contest. They should just give it to me.
Log on to AVP.com to vote for the player you think deserves to be the first ever Paul Mitchell Hot Shot. It's your chance to help these unsung heroes shine. Ty Trambly, a great kid out of Cal State Northridge. And you're right, son, you do have great hair. Great ball. Taps it to Harley. Hat comes off of Alison. And Harley chisels the Beast, 13-19. They're trying to get a little momentum on their side to head to game 2.
13-19 when you're trailing and you know that the Americans just need 2 points to finish out the set. You want to get some type of momentum going into that second set. You know this first set is pretty much a lost cause unless you catch complete fire. But you want to go in the next set with a bit of momentum. You don't want to go in on a flat note. That would be tragic for the Brazilians.
20-13, game point, game 1. Dalhausser and Rogers. Gotta love the crowd getting involved.
How about that? It almost looked like Harley got a piece of that. A little indecision, but that ball just long down the middle. It's so difficult to make a decision when the ball's being hit that hard, coming straight down the middle.
Harley about to make it 15. Rogers digs it to the back line. Alison runs it down. Swatted by the Beast.
How about that? Phil Dalhausser hanging up there, throwing it down for block number 6.
Block number 6, 21-14. I had to repeat that game because I couldn't believe it. Block number 6.
Check this out. Todd Rogers cross court and scooped up by Harley. And then Harley cross court. Todd Rogers, the greatest defensive player. And then look at the swat, hanging. Not only does he stuff balls straight down, he has the ability to hang and throw it back deep into the court where no one is.
Let's go down to the KFC grill zone. St. John Smith is standing by with Phil Dalhausser and the American players behind him.
Now, Phil, what the heck possessed you at the beginning of this game? You were on fire.
I'm just a little fired up. I really want to win this for the country and all the players. I feel like we're playing more than just for ourselves.
Now, how does it feel to have all these guys, the guys you beat every weekend almost, and all the girls all on your team, all rooting for you?
It feels great. They're part of the reason why I'm so fired up.
Okay, well, good luck. Look at them. They're all waiting for you to do something out there. Good luck.
He loves the crowd. He loves his friends and the AVP players rooting him on, and he dominated. Dalhausser, roofing, got it.
U.S. Olympian Maddie Reed wears Crocs Prepare Sport sandals. He appreciates their comfort, but he relies on their proven benefits to help him recover after the beating his body takes during training and competition. With Crocs Prepare Sport sandals, Maddie Reed enhances his recovery and elevates his performance. You can too. The Crocs Prepare collection. Enhance your recovery.
What's G? It's gifted. Glorious. Genius. It's the GOAT. Ha! The greatest of all time. What's G? It is the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
We are not a gimmick. We are not going to transform your body in 24 hours or promise you results in 6 minutes or less. We are going to change how you move and change how you think, all to change how you feel. We are a lot of things, but we're certainly not a gimmick. And it's high time you found out why.
In 1977 in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
The AVP had an idea. They said, let's bring the best in the world here to Glendale, Arizona for the World Tour Challenge. Phil Dalhausser and Todd Rogers taking on Brazil's Alison and Harley, and it's been all Dalhausser Rogers. Even Misty May Trainers getting involved with a little chicken dance. Incredible day so far. Our score as it stands. It's 21-14, game one. Dalhausser and Rogers over Alison and Harley as we head to game number 2. And for the countries, it's 22-21. Brazil leading over USA. 5 points awarded to the team that wins the gold medal match. So it all comes down to this, Dane. Nothing else matters. 22-21, throw it out the window. The winner of this takes home the money, the prize, and the pride for their country.
And I love seeing the sportsmanship out there. Larissa and Misty May dancing it up. 0 kills for Alison. Look at those numbers for Phil Dalhausser.
What is
5 aces and 6 blocks.
What is it, Dane? It's like he's got a triple-double in the first quarter in a hoops game. What is it that he does to these big guys from Brazil? I mean, Fabio, he put in an absolute tank in that gold medal match in the Olympics. He's still paying his psychology bills. What is he doing to Alison this game?
You're right. Fabio's still in. What happened?
Is that why Fabio didn't come? Because he knew he was just going to ride him?
Yeah, I think that's exactly why he didn't come. But when Phil goes up against a big man, you know, it's trouble. They don't see big guys very often, and they get intimidated by them. You're 6'8", you see another 6'9" guy in your face. You don't see that often, and you start making all sorts of errors just like that. Harley hitting the ball wide.
2-0, Rogers, Dalhausser. It's what they wanted, another quick start. They want to put the Brazilians out of this thing early. Don't let them have any kind of life. Rogers scoops it. Can Dalhausser get there? Oh,
I would have liked to see him attempt there. That would have been incredible. And you know that Todd had that in him. He just didn't want to hurt himself against that border.
Wise decision, Todd.
Yeah, wise decision. Phil going for it right there. Getting it up in the air.
If he's doing that.
Those banners are not too friendly.
Have you been into those banners before?
I've been into those banners plenty of time. Doesn't feel good. You don't know what's going to happen. So good move by the professor to take caution.
Raji, what he does better than anybody else in the world, receive, serve, and side out. He's done it his entire career, and he did it in the Olympics last year. They served him every single ball. They took home the gold. 3-1. Todd Rogers, a first ballot Hall of Famer, 57 titles.
That's why I say Todd Rogers is the best offensive player on the AVP
That's
tour.
Right. You said it in Vegas.
Yeah, he gets all the serves, and he makes it happen.
Phil serving himself. Gets the ball right back. And buries it. But what a play by Alison, but it goes long. An athletic play by the 6'8", 23-year-old Brazilian. Great effort.
That's been a knock against Alison. His touch, you know, he's only 23 years of age, and a lot of little plays at the net. He either hits him net or hits him out of bounds. At 6'8", you can't be doing that. But it'll come along. He's only 23 years of age. He's got a lot of learning to do.
A stuff by Dalhausser. Great cover by Harley. It's going to be tight. And Phil gets him again. I don't know what's happening. There's lifts everywhere.
Yeah, it looked like they lift the ball a couple times, but there was no whistle, so they play on. But Phil still just putting up a complete wall at the net. He's up there. He blocks the ball. Nice cover by Harley, but they somehow get it to the net. Harley's blocked again. Then we see a couple lifts, and Phil once again scores a point for the United States.
They started out 8-1 in game 1. Now they're up 5-1 in game 2. A serve like it's a tennis ball. Phil Dalhausser is clapping it up as he's going under the net. The most intimidating man in all the world in beach volleyball is feeling it, and that's a scary thought for the rest of the world.
So much emotion. Phil loving it, and he's in the groove. Starting in the middle of the court, bombing it straight down the pipe. They don't have an answer.
St. John Smith is down with Team America. Let's check in with St. John.
It is absolute mayhem on the American side. They're going crazy. Hey, is it fun for you guys to be able to root for your own team?
Oh, no pressure, Phil and Todd. Just the whole country on your shoulders. No worries.
Absolutely, dude. It's so much fun. Phil is on fire, and I'm excited.
Hey, Nick called it in warm-ups. He said, Phil's on fire. He's bouncing balls in warm-ups. We're winning. He's going to get like 3 blocks a game, 3 aces a game. We're good. So.
All right, well, keep it going. Everybody's excited here. Look at everybody. Look, they're on pins and needles waiting for another play.
Oh, my God. Phil got it. How about that? I've never seen so much emotion out of Phil Dalhausser. And the Americans are up on their feet once again. So happy. Phil in the backcourt, now playing defense. Check that dig out, and then a nice set by Todd Rogers. And Phil puts away double fist, pumped up. Kerry Walsh on fire, April Ross feeling it. They know this one is huge.
I mean, we're having so much fun because you just don't see Phil reacting like that so much. It's really great, and to see the American players behind it, you feel like it is the Ryder Cup when you watch that your whole entire life. And this is something that's going to grow. This is something that the USA and Brazil are going to be able to do for years now. Both countries embracing it and loving this format.
It's a great format. You get the top teams, the top 4 from each gender, from each country, and you just go at it. Pool play, I think it's set up perfectly, and this one, you couldn't have scripted it better. Comes down to this, and the Americans are just on fire.
Ball trickles off the tape to Rogers. And he puts it away. St. John, I know you and Randy Stokos used to go down to Brazil a long time ago. Tell us that story about when you first met Emmanuel Rega.
Oh, Emmanuel, 16-year-old kid. We go there, we start to warm up because we got jet lag and we're just trying to hit the ball around. The Brazilians said, hey, play against this young kid. And we go, okay, fine. We're gonna warm up against this young kid. Well, Emmanuel, 16 years old, steps out on the court and gives us a match that we're never gonna forget because we were just there.
Was he at 16?
He probably weighed 120 pounds, but he gave us the match of our lives. This is just getting there, trying to, get used to the weather and everything else. And it was absolutely incredible. And lo and behold, Emmanuel, best player in the world.
Best player in the world, won a gold medal in 2004, and he's still doing it. At 36 years old, he's been to 4 Olympics, and it was great to have him back here. The first tournament I ever announced, Dane, in San Antonio, was his first AVP title. He's now been over in Brazil the last 8 seasons, playing on the FIVB World Tour. They took a bronze in the Olympic Games in 2008. They took a bronze here today.
You have to argue.
It's a great story.
Yeah. He's arguably the best player to ever step on the beat on the international tour, no question about it. 70 FIVB wins.
See the Brazilian coach looking for a sub. Raji into the net, 8-4. Still early. Brazil still has time to climb back.
Talking about Emmanuel, as St. John did at 16, this guy's always been great. As soon as I got on tour, I saw him, and he was great. 70 international wins. He's won 7 times on the AVP Tour, 3 King of the Beach titles in Brazil, and over 44 events on the domestic tour at home. That guy can play.
That guy can play is an understatement. And we're playing right here, 9-4.
I think looking to the future, you may see Emmanuel and Alison team up. They got a 3rd place shot. Yeah, that's what my sources are telling me.
Your sources? I like that, Dane.
That would be a very tough team.
And how much life would that give Emmanuel? How much rejuvenation in his career? We'll see. Right now, it's all USA, leading 9-5 here in game number 2. We'll be back to Glendale, Arizona for the World Tour Challenge, USA and Brazil.
Weekendville. Paybackville. Truceville. Feed your summer fun with the full, juicy flavor of Johnsonville sausage. Create your own Ville at johnsonville.com.
We set out to make the finest hair care products in the world. We never tested on animals, and we love the environment. Our success makes us a target for counterfeiters. They copy our packaging and basically sell you an inferior product. If you find our product in any drugstore or supermarket, it is either counterfeit or black market diverted product. We've done it right, and we've got a great track record. Only your salon guarantees the real Paul Mitchell.
Kelly Saunders Nature Valley. The place that inspires her to go faster and slower. Elk Mountains, Colorado. Where's yours? 100% natural Nature Valley granola bars. The taste nature intended.
That's Wes Thaler. I'm Lisa Hillary. Coming up on the show at 6:30, Alex Ovechkin and company continue their tough stretch to open up the season tonight in Philly. We'll get you ready for the matchup.
The Wizards begin their preseason against Allen Iverson and the Grizzlies. We see Gilbert Arenas. Chris Miller's live in Richmond with a preview.
And the Terps hope to rack up another conference win this weekend at Wake Forest. We'll check in with the Terps. That and more tonight at 6:30.
Idiot, clown, moron, tool, lip fungus, doofus, turd burger, ninny.
Servers not compatible? You're wasting money. Force 3 has the data center solutions to make it stop.
Dork.
Find out how Force 3 and EMC can deliver the right solution for your agency. Visit ImproveMyDataCenter.com.
Crocs and AVP Cares are teaming up this year to enhance the lives of youth in local communities they are visiting. Throughout the season, AVP athletes have visited boys and girls clubs to provide Crocs to all kids participating in the program, hosted fun volleyball clinics, and spoke about the importance of giving back locally and globally.
We're really excited that Crocs is here with us, that we can give back. It was a really cool experience, and I just feel lucky that I was a part of it today.
Lack of footwear is a serious global problem that affects the lives of 300 million people. Crocs has made a positive impact on many people's lives domestically and abroad by delivering more than 2 million pairs of Crocs shoes to those in need. Visit Crocs.com to learn more about Crocs footwear donation initiatives and how you can get involved. And there's the Crocs Spotlight stat for you. Dalhausser, 6 aces, 7 blocks. Score 6-10 here in game number 2. Buries it cross court, but it is just wide.
Wide point, Brazil, 7 serving 10.
So difficult for Brazil. Who do you go to? Do you go to Todd, who's so used to getting served with the perfect set from Phil, or do you go to the thin beast who can just blast the ball? They're opting to go to the thin beast and test him out.
They're going to Phil. And, you know, he had an error there before, but this time he crushes it. And Alison thought that Harley was going to be in the angle. You saw him turn and look to him. Harley kind of scooted to the line.
And he kind of doubled up there. You usually want to play opposite where your blocker is. That time, Alison blocking the line, and Harley doubles up and runs behind the line. It leaves the crossbar completely open.
St. John just made a great point to me. It wouldn't have mattered. Nobody was digging that ball, and he's correct. Rogers digs it and keeps it in play. Harley's going to have to go on 2. He tees off. Rogers there in the right spot. And Harley's got some fire right now, and that's the way he plays, Dane.
Smart play. Harley being a left-hander coming in from the right side. Alison, instead of using all 3 contacts, tees him up on 2, and he just blasts one at Todd Rogers.
Phil Dalhausser puts it away at 12-8. And Phil Dalhausser, after his win last week, giving him 46. Todd Rogers has 57. Todd is 8th all-time domestically. And Phil putting himself in that conversation. Raji digs it. Phil sets it. Rogers taps it down the line. 13-8. Here's a look at the all-time win list. Our leaders, Emmanuel Rego at 78. If you count his Brazil titles, Dane, I believe he jumps up to 125. He's 5th all-time, and Todd Rogers at 57. And it's just a matter of time before Phil Dalhausser passes our friend Jose Loyola and moves in to that 10th spot. He's now got 46, possibly 47 in a few minutes.
How we feeling about it, Glendale?
You got to think after next year, Phil's going to put himself in the top 10.
Definitely Phil will end up in the top 10, if not, you know, on top of that list, depending on how long he plays this sport. that list a little bit misleading, as we talked about. Emmanuel with 78 wins on there. They're not counting his domestic wins. And the Brazilian Tour is just as strong as the AVP Tour. We know their depth is there. If you add up all his victories, it's 125. So I'd put Emmanuel right up there.
Hey, St. John, you know, he turned into quite a young player. A good player, this kid 20 years ago. At 16 years old, Emmanuel Rego. 20 years later, here he is, one of the greatest of all time. You saw him on that list. Incredible.
You know, Gator, he's still playing, and he's playing at the highest level, and there's no reason for him to stop playing for several years. So Emmanuel could really take over everybody.
Alison still just 1 kill, guys, in this match. Cross court and wide. You see Rogers with the hands up, Phil with the hands up, balls wide. These guys want it. You can tell they want to win for their country.
What happens when a guy like Phil comes out to start off a match with so many blocks? You just start intimidating, and people start to hit around him. That never makes the stat book for a block for Phil, but he completely caused that error.
That one goes just wide. He's human.
The beginning of this year, Alison and Harley started off on fire, winning events in China and Poland. We thought they would kind of roll it and have a huge season on the FIVB Tour, but it just wasn't meant to be. You know, last year, Harley was part of the Team of the Year with Pedro Salgado. So he's got his new partner, Alison, and just hasn't fared as well. He won 6 events with Pedro last year and 1 event with Benjamin. So Harley is a trooper, and he plays with so many different players. And he's won championships with all of them, it seems.
Pedro Salgado, another great player that's been here this weekend, is a guy that there's rumors out there that one of the big 3 are asking him to play as well. So there's going to be some partner switches in Brazil. And there's always talk at the end of the AVP season who's going to play with whom. And will Phil and Todd stay together? My guess is they will. Some people think Todd maybe not wanting to go internationally and try for the Olympics in London 2012, which would force Phil to play with somebody else. But I think Todd's going to come to that decision in the fall, and he'll decide to play. 16-11. 16-12. We'll go to break with USA just 5 points away from taking the first ever World Tour title. 16-12, don't go anywhere.
What's G? It's gifted. Glorious. Genius. It's the GOAT. The greatest of all time. What's G? It is the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
Jumping into the ocean is one of the most cleansing things you can do. My favorite Paul Mitchell product is the super strong shampoo and conditioner. Being a pro surfer and spending all day out in the sun in the salt water, it's the only thing that keeps my hair looking good. Clean water is important for everyone. Even if you're not a surfer, you're drinking the water and you go to the beach and you want to see it clean. It's just really important to get the message out that what they put in the gutter does make it to the ocean. As long as everybody does their part, then it's really easy to keep the place clean.
Your neighborhood turtle at thegreenturtle.com. Meet you at the Turtle.
The new redesigned 2010 Ford Mustang. The power of the GT. The fuel-sipping V6. The ragtop, hardtop, glass top. And an all-new cockpit. with a voice-activated nav system to get you anywhere you need to be. Faster. Unleash your Mustang side. Now get 0% financing plus up to $1,500 cash back on Mustang. See your local Ford dealer and drive one.
The AVP Crocs Tour World Challenge is brought to you by Crocs, new Croc Band collection. Available at crocs.com and select Dick's Sporting Good locations. Bud Light, with just the right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability. Gatorade, it's the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G. And by Malibu, get your island on. 21-14 game one, a dominant performance by Phil and Todd. They now lead 16-12. They're just 5 points away from winning this tournament, not only for themselves, but for Team USA. Brazil leading 22-21 after Larissa and Juliana beat Carrie Walsh and Misty May in the gold medal match for the women. But now Phil and Todd just 5 points away from gaining that 5 points that the USA needs to win the entire World Tour Challenge title.
Down the line, he got it.
What a great hit by Todd Rogers. Inside out. No one does it better than Todd from that right side. Set a little inside. He comes inside and turns it down the line. And Harley is playing the line. That's how good that shot is.
Todd, 7 kills and 4 digs. Just another day at the office for the professor. Dalhausser's serve goes long. 13-17.
Todd and Phil playing at the top of their game. For Harley and Alison to make something happen here, a few aces, a few blocks, but time is running out.
Cross court, they go to Dalhausser. And he goes big bomb from the left side, 18-13.
I like the fact that Harley and Alison are trying to test Phil Dalhausser. No one really ever tries to test him and consistently go to him, because after a while you see some of his hits and you think that it's not a great idea, which it might not be a great idea. But going to Todd, it's just like money in the bank. You know he's going to side out each and every time. Phil's never been tested for an entire match, getting served every ball.
Dalhausser and a pump of the fist and a stuff for the Beijing Beast.
I'm not saying it would work, but it might be a good idea. Phil up huge, stuffing it down the line. Great block. I mean, we've
just saying you respect it. That's it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to try something new. 14-19.
Good for point, Team Brazil.
And the only team that has found a consistent formula is John Hyden and Sean Scott, who actually beat Phil and Todd 4 out of 7 times in finals this year on the AVP Tour, so they had a spectacular year. But over time, Phil and Todd show that they are the best in the world. That's why they are holding those gold medals.
No question. Great up. Phil saves it. Raji's got to go back, bump set. Harley lays out. And Harley chisels wrist away, 15-19.
A little inside-out move by Harley on the left side. We saw it earlier by Todd Rogers, the inside set, and then going back down the line. Harley shows that he can do it as well.
Thank you, but you're out.
Great short serve by Alison. Rogers delivers. It is game match championship point in our World Challenge. Everybody on their feet. Dalhausser and Rogers 1 point away from capturing gold and winning it for Team USA. And they're feeling it. Jake Gibb holding the American flag.
So nice to see all the players over there.
So fun.
Pumped up and ready to get a victory for the United States.
And there it is, an ace for Dalhausser. Team USA storms the court. And the pogo begins. That is an awesome sight. Phil comes over, congratulates Harley and Alison. Team USA wins it. Dalhausser and Rogers 21-15. And the Gatorade shower on Dalhausser.
I thought they were going to get head coach Mike Dodd, who's been working
Get the captain
all weekend long. How about
go to Raji, too. They got Rogers.
It's got to feel good with this 110-degree heat out here.
With Gatorade bath, Dalhausser, what a match. 7 aces, 8 blocks, and 6 kills. Here's our last play, Dane, and here's how they won it.
How fitting. Phil Dalhausser aced all day long, and he gets a trickler to bring home the world title for the United States.
21-14, 21-15. USA wins it by a total of 26-22.
Kelly Saunders Nature Valley. The place that inspires her to go faster and slower. Elk Mountains, Colorado. Where's yours? 100% natural Nature Valley granola bars. The taste nature intended.
Set out to make the finest hair care products in the world. We never tested on animals, and we love the environment. Our success makes us a target for counterfeiters. They copy our packaging and basically sell you an inferior product. If you find our product in any drugstore or supermarket, it is either counterfeit or black market diverted product. We've done it right, and we've got a great track record. Only your salon guarantees the real Paul Mitchell.
Comcast and BreastCancer.org present the Pink Ribbon Campaign. Encouraging stories.
Your initial reaction is, am I going to beat this?
New information.
Picking the right foods can make a huge difference.
Inspiring entertainment.
I have breast cancer.
What? From Lifetime, Discovery Health, HBO, Showtime, and more. Just select Life and Home from the on-demand main menu, then Pink Ribbon Campaign. The Pink Ribbon Campaign. Finding the strength you need.
I'm Reed Dowdy of the Washington Redskins. Thousands of people across the nation will join the Walk for Hearing to end the stigma associated with hearing loss and provide resources for hearing loss prevention and education programs. I've had a hearing loss since childhood, and now I'm proud to be the honorary chairman for the Washington, D.C. Walk for Hearing. For details, go to walkforhearing.org and step up for hearing loss today.
Walk for Hearing is a program of the Hearing Loss Association of America.
Connect to local sports. CSNWashington.com.
Westgate City Center, a gracious host this weekend to the World Challenge as Dalhausser Rogers win 21-14, 21-15, 26-22. The total points as Team USA wins the World Challenge over Team Brazil. Now time to go down to our Gatorade Champions interview, and for that, we go to St. John Smith.
I'm here with the gold medalist at the World Challenge, and it came down to one match for everything.
That's how it should be, you know. Fortunately, he was on fire. We had a great crowd, too. Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, what a great ambiance. It felt Olympic-type atmosphere with all our USA compatriots cheering us on, all the Brazilian compatriots cheering them on. It was nice to have that in the USA, have all the fans here. That was just a cool event. And he played like the man he is.
Now, Phil, did you have any idea you were going to just snuff him out right from the very beginning?
No, I kind of blacked out, to be honest with you. I just went for it, and these guys were behind us, and turned out to be a pretty good day.
And how was it with everybody behind you cheering you on? That's a pretty good feeling, because usually you're fighting against most of them.
It does. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's great to be like a big team. We give each other, hey, do this, try that, different strategies, and then they're all sitting there cheering and drinking cocktails and raising their glass to us. It's awesome.
Well, congratulations. The USA are first world champions. This is a pretty amazing event, and these guys pulled it off in the very end. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Phil Dalhausser, I blacked out. That's how you debate. Now it's time for the KGC hot sizzling moment of the match.
There were so many moments. Phil Dalhausser acing, blocking. He was on fire. 8 blocks and 7 aces on the match. He completely took control right out of the gate.
An incredible finish to a wonderful year on the AVP Crocs Tour. We wrapped it up right here in Glendale, Arizona with the AVP World Challenge. The first ever time we did this on American soil, 26-22. The Americans take home the gold. For Dane Blanton and St. John Smith, I'm Chris McGee. It has been a fantastic year. We appreciate all the support all year long on the AVP Crocs Tour. For now, the beach is closed. We will see you in 2010.
This is a special present.